Hey two-wheeled friends, welcome back to the Two-Wheeled channel and welcome back to me riding this 2011 Honda Fury. As you can probably see, because you're used to the videos starting in about that location, things around here in South Dakota are starting to change. So that kind of always prompts one of these videos once a year. I don't know what's going to come out of my mouth. But we will start off with an intro and we will talk a little bit more about what we got going on. So yeah, at the time of recording this video, it is November 2nd. You're probably going to see this a little delayed. I have a couple videos that I'm going to edit before I put this one out. You will have already seen those by the time this comes out. Our days are getting shorter. Our days, the highs are getting colder. I mean, today's about 60, but man, it's windy. So our average highs right around this time are probably around that 50. It's freezing at night, mid-20s to around that 30 is the temps. And that only means one thing, and that is winter's coming. Hate to say it. That's going to mean less motovlog videos, less new content videos, I should say, on the motorcycles. I might try to do a couple things on video in the garage this late fall, early winter. Now, those of you who have been with the channel for any amount of time know that the last couple of years I've kind of taken the winter off. I think last year I was probably done right around this time. I didn't have any video content built up, and it just, I don't know, it just gets to be a little harder to get out on the weekends sometimes when you have stuff going on and the weather's too cold, or like tomorrow it is supposed to rain. So I don't know if I'm going to be able to get out for a cruise tomorrow or not even. We might be able to do some like interactive type videos. I know I said this last year, of even if it's not us riding motorcycle, but just Mrs. Two-Wheeled and I just socializing. Even if it's we go to the grocery store and just have our shenanigans at the grocery store. That's actually where Mrs. Two-Wheeled is right now. She chose not to ride just because of the cooler temps, the wind. She just feels it takes the fun out of it for her. So I kind of ask this every fall. What types of things would you like to see over winter from the Two-Wheeled channel? This thing sounds different. Maybe not. I have all of the Black Hills 2024 footage left to edit. I have purposely been saving that to put out when I can't ride and record videos. So those of you who know that we went on that trip, I don't know how many videos I can make out of that. I have a ton of footage, and it'll probably make probably at least 3 or 4 videos like last year, unless I just put them all into one. But that's one long video then. I'd rather break these videos up for you. You know, it'd be really nice is if we could go down south somewhere, Florida, Arizona, have some kind of a ride, but I don't know, I don't think time's gonna really make for us to be able to do that. I keep thinking this thing sounds a little different. I came out this way yesterday and it was definitely cooler than it is today. That wind was blowing across pretty good. Kind of a little more protected here, it looks like, whatever way the wind's blowing. Oh, I'm also thinking about putting all of the photos that, and I put these ideas out there and then I gotta do it, but all of the photos I have taken for my riding streak that is taking place after the 4th of July, I might do a video of putting all those together too. I have a feeling that might be a fairly long video. Maybe tell a little story about each of the photos, recall the day a bit. Might end up having to be a little bit of a video series with that too. I mean, how cool is that? I mean, I don't want to give it all away. I think the time of recording this video, and if I were to fast forward a little bit, you're probably going to see like day 70 or 80, I bet, of consecutively riding. Now I think that's pretty impressive in South Dakota, especially since we typically have a lot more rain than we got. That made it easier for me to get out and do this, because I normally don't choose to ride in the rain. And that's where, at the time of recording this, there's a pretty good chance of rain tomorrow. And I don't know if I'm going to make it out. I'm going to do everything I can to make it out, though. So how many of you still have your motorcycle out riding actively that is in the Northern Hemisphere? How many of you have put it away and wished you hadn't? I typically try to ride every opportunity I get. That's why you see me out here today. Going around these curves made me think a little bit about counter steering. I'm thinking how some of you want to learn a little bit more about how to counter steer a motorcycle. So if I have the opportunity to get out and record a video again, maybe I will do one of those. Yeah, everything's brown around here. Not much for green. So over winter, I plan to put a new battery in this Fury. I need to rebuild the rear brake master cylinder. You guys have heard me talk about that in other videos. Right now it's mostly just front brake that I've been riding around. Actually it's not just mostly, it is. It's all just front brake. I just gotta look up this master cylinder and find out what part I need and do it. But you know, I don't know if I'll do that on video or not, because sometimes makes for difficulties trying to record that kind of stuff. I don't know, is anybody interested in seeing how that gets done? I've never done it, so for me to teach how to do it, I guess I can show you what I did instead of teach you how to do it, show you how I did it. Man, these roads are so rough. Let's just pull in here, get a view of the lake. Maybe snap a photo for a thumbnail. Should almost go down there on the sand. I mean, there's the leaves. All the leaves are coming down. Mrs. TWOWHEELD and I raked our leaves this morning. Lake Campesca. This seems like a pretty neat little place to take a photo. Let's just jump off, get a peek at this Fury. Some of you may not have seen this bike. 2011 Honda Fury. As you can see, a lot of it's been blacked out. Wheels have been powder coated white. A few little things here and there tweaked. Rear fender has a little bit of a boo-boo. This has the T-mod done on it, so this fender's been dropped. Put a little stress. This has been glued on the back side. It's just kind of just is cracked now. I had a sticker on it for a little bit holding everything, but I took that off. So now you see the crack more, but I thought that round sticker looked kind of weird on the back. But I'm going to take a couple photos and then we will chat a little bit more when we get that done. Alright, so if you watched this far, you are obviously dedicated to the channel and genuinely like watching these videos, and just because some of them are pretty random and just, I suppose you just never know what's going to come out of them, so you like to watch. Because this is one of those videos where, like I said, I don't have a plan of what I'm gonna say, what I'm gonna do, where I'm gonna go. I just know I wanted to make a video talking about how hard it's gonna be to keep talking to all of you over winter. Plus, I am in the beginning stages of working on a project that it may take a little bit more of my time, so video editing is going to get to be a little bit harder to do. I don't know, maybe I'll even just do a video every other week on these videos that I have pre-recorded already, just to try to give you a little bit of content through the cold climate. And being that it's going to take me a little longer to edit, being that I have this big project that I'm working on, because I mean, you've heard me talking about this before. It's difficult when I I do all my editing at home, so I'm away from home all day. I come home, and then sometimes I come home and I almost sit down right away and just start editing a couple nights a week and spend anywhere from 2 to 10 hours of video, depending on the video, and I'm not doing anything fancy with it. So in a way, it's almost nice to take a little bit of break, kind of refocus, spend a little bit more time with family over winter. Got a lot of band concerts and things all in the first part of December to attend as well, and yeah, just the shorter days is going to make it harder to get out when I have time too, because if I work till 5 and it gets dark at 5 or 5:30 even in December, it's a little bit more difficult to find the time to do it all. Plus, we're in the season now where I try not to ride close to dusk, because especially like in this area, yeah, even though it's populated, the deer, there's a lot of deer that are starting to move around with rut. I believe rut's probably getting either close or in progress, so a lot of those animals moving around. So I try to stay in the light. I try to stay in areas that I know have fewer deer. Even in town, it's not safe, because they follow the railroad tracks and river, and you see them crossing through town. It's like, what are you doing, my dear? Okay, that was a bad use of pun. They're not my deer. Burnout. Burnout. Jeez, I don't even think they slowed down before they took that. They're gonna roll that golf cart. So yeah, this video gets to be a little bit sad because of what I'm talking about. I know that the bikes aren't gonna get out as much. I know I'm gonna not talk to you two-wheeled friends as much. That's why it's important for you to make sure that you do follow us on Facebook, on Instagram, or on TikTok. Most stuff, if I'm gonna say, if you choose one platform more than anything, it would be that I'm gonna post more on Facebook. So like new videos and things, I typically will post on Facebook, because I can put the link right out there for you to click. Where on Instagram, you can't put the link in. Well, you can put the link, but it's not clickable, and yeah, you know, all that stuff. So these platforms, they probably don't like to share media through each other. Andy? So be sure to follow Two-Wheeled on all social medias. Be sure to follow Mrs. Two-Wheeled as well. She doesn't post nearly as much as I do, but you never know. And if this is the first video you're here watching because of this 2011 Honda Fury, we do have a 2007 Honda Shadow in the garage, we have a 2018 Softail Heritage, and we have a 2019 Road King Special. That is all at the time of recording this video. In like 2 or 3 years, that lineup might be different. And then this video is not going to be as relevant, but there's going to be very few of you who are watching this video in a couple of years anyways. Because it's not going to be one of those ones that has 100,000 views on it. It's going to be one of those ones that have about 450 views at best. That's what I'm good at doing, making mediocre videos that get a couple hundred views. But like I said, if you are new to the channel, be sure to go down there, click that subscribe button, ring the bell so you're notified for future uploads and activities. Give this video a big thumbs up. And until the next time, Two-Wheeled friends, peace out. We'll see you on the next one, whenever that may be. But until then, be good.